For a great many people, money is a highly sensitive topic because managing money can be so contentious. Many people choose to bypass the topic altogether and concentrate completely on earning and spending money. There are two basic categories of persons: those who gain riches and those who lose it. In this video, I will share with you 8 money mistakes you must never do. If you are new to this channel, click the subscribe button below for more content that can change your life. Number 1. Spending on drugs or cigarettes. While using a few drugs in college may have been entertaining and appeared safe at the time, the truth is that continued usage can be detrimental to your health and finances. You can see that many drug and cigarette users are hindering their ability to achieve financial independence if you analyze how much money they spend per week or per year. For instance, the price of a pack of cigarettes is $9.80, and many smokers use a pack each day. This works out to $63.56 each week, or $3,355.12 per year. The same amount of money might be used to pay your home's property taxes, or for a 2-week vacation. But tragically, many drug and cigarette users fall to peer pressure and curiosity to develop these habits. Long-term effects of this behavior include a significant cost to your wealth and health. As a result, do your best to avoid spending money on these things. Number 2. Spending more than you make. Especially as a young adult, it can be tempting to do this. When you were earning a steady paycheck for the first time in your life soon after college, it can be tempting to spend your money. It may be tempting to purchase that new car, relocate, or travel first class. But if your salary is insufficient to pay for these expenses, you may find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. This problem can be compared to lifestyle inflation, in which case a rise in income leads to an increase in living expenses. While an increase in income should not prompt you to raise your standard of living, the majority of individuals believe that once they are paid, they should treat themselves. Instead, you should use this money to invest and buy assets, which will help you preserve your wealth. To impress others is likely the main motivation for many to spend more than they can afford. They spend because they have low self-esteem and feel inferior to other people without these financial possessions. But this is poor logic. As Dave Ramsey says, we buy things we don't need with money. We don't have to impress people we don't like. We all engage in this to some extent. You will be able to improve your financial situation once you learn to put off gratification and stop worrying about pleasing others. Overspending is also a result of social media. Huge sums of money are spent by those who want to appear wealthy but aren't. An internet business owner, for instance, who was told he would never be successful, might buy a flashy car when he makes his first significant sale to disprove his critics, once again falling into the trap of attempting to impress people. This is a never-ending staircase of impressing others. There will always be those to compete with or brag to throughout life. When your monthly income is only $3,000, you have no business purchasing a $2,000 device. Be wise, develop a budget, and keep tabs on your expenditure to make sure you are not blowing your income. Are you enjoying the video so far? Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That will surely help us a lot. Number 3. Not investing wisely. It is also uncommon for people to risk their savings on the advice of well-meaning friends, or the mistaken belief that the value of widely traded equities can only rise. Today, real estate is one of the few types of investment that nearly everyone wants to make. It is a common misconception that buying an investment property can solve all of one's financial woes. They anticipate that rent checks will begin arriving regularly, at which point their financial situation will improve dramatically. However, this is not always the case. Tenants not paying rent, broken equipment, and falling property values are all potential pitfalls of landlords. There is danger in investing, as there is with anything. A wise investor knows that learning as much as possible about a market or product before risking their money on it is the key to ensuring that their assets generate a steady stream of income. Remember that you should not go into something just because your friends are successful at it or a salesperson convince you of its merits. Number 4. Following get-rich-quick schemes. One of the surest ways to lose money is to invest in a get-rich-quick scheme. The old adage says something like, "Quick money brings quick problems," meaning that any attempt to get rich quick will lead to disaster. Ponzi and pyramid schemes, as well as promises of sudden riches, are all examples of get-rich-quick schemes designed to enrich the scheme's creator at the expense of their victims. Keep your security in place if you're exploring new company prospects and seeing ones that promise high rewards with low risk. Consider this. If it takes 20 years to earn $200,000 in a career, but a new enterprise claims you can accomplish it in a year, then everyone would be doing it if it were true. In a nutshell, use your head before signing anything that promises quick wealth. Number 5. No emergency funds. Let us be honest here. There are occasions when you need money to fix a problem that has not worked as planned. It is possible that something like your car breaking down or your washer malfunctioning could happen unexpectedly. Having no savings in case of an emergency is a huge financial blunder because, unfortunately, almost everything in life costs money. According to a 2019 Federal Reserve survey, nearly 40% of American adults lack the means to meet a $400 emergency need out of cash, savings, or a credit card charge they might pay off promptly. 27% of those polled said they would have to borrow or sell something to come up with the $400, while 12% said they could not come up with any money at all. You need not to suffer in the same way as they do. Putting aside this sum of money is simple. Having your company direct 10% of your paycheck into an emergency savings account is as easy as setting up a direct deposit. But what constitutes enough savings? Financial experts often advise putting away at least 6 months' worth of bills. But if you want to stay on the side of safety, putting aside a year's worth is a fantastic target. Number 6. Having only one source of income. Most people rely on a paycheck as their primary source of income. But the reality is 21 million Americans lost their employment in 2018 due to layoffs. If your income was entirely dependent on your job, you would suddenly find yourself in a bad financial situation. Think of oneself as a tree when considering potential means of financial support. Is it true that just one branch on each tree bears fruit? To put it simply, no. Just as they have various branches that provides flowers and fruits, you too should grow and learn to put your money to work in ways that benefit you. To put it simply, this is a safe and intelligent solution to your problem of staying awake at night. Number 7. Relying heavily on credit cards. Credit cards offer many individuals a simple and quick method of making purchases, but for others, they are a definite path to bankruptcy and death. Although credit cards serve a useful purpose for certain professional activities, excessive use can have disastrous consequences. Spontaneous purchasing is discouraged when using cash, but encouraged when using a credit card. You begin to believe that you can buy whatever you want with just a few taps of your card. In fact, a 2001 MIT research indicated that shoppers who paid with credit cards rather than cash spent up to 100% more. You should get into the habit of only using cash for purchases if you tend to spend beyond your means while using credit cards. Paying with cash makes you more aware of your spending than using credit, since you have to physically hand over the money and watch it leave from your wallet. Number 8. Saving rather than investing. Keeping money in a bank results in a gradual devaluation of that sum, as inflation eats away at its purchasing power. However, wealth expands through smart investment. That is how straightforward it is. Those who are afraid to take planned risk tend to save all their money and leave it in a savings account, where it will eventually decay. Keep simply enough in savings to cover regular costs plus an emergency fund in case of an emergency. Saving is pointless if it is not done with the intention of investing later. Without a specific goal in mind, it is likely that your savings will be wasted. For instance, if you let cash sit in the bank account, you may feel so compelled to buy unnecessary things with it, something like a brand new automobile, clothes, or amusement. Alternatively, you should put your money to work for you by investing it, whether it be stock, a house, a REIT, or a starting business. There are many ways to increase one's income, and doing so is far preferable to having one's money sit in a bank account and lose value. And with that, our video comes to an end. In order to make the transition from where you are now in life to where you should be, please hit that subscribe button. And make sure to smash the bell notification icon to get update about our next video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.